From playful pups to cuddly kittens, Loyal Life Super Premium Pet Food makes it easy to choose the product that's just right for your pet's life stage. Every pet has their own special nutritional needs, and we've got the super premium option your family's best friend deserves.
Hi, I'm Gavin Carr, the President of the National Stock Dog Association in Australia.
At the NSDA, we believe in the future of our industry depends on developing the next generation. We have launched the Herding of the Future Scholarship, therefore giving a young handler the opportunity to travel to the United States in June 2027. This program will build skills, confidence, leadership and global connections within the working dog and livestock community. Working dogs have always been the heart of the livestock industry and their future depends on the people within it. We are seeking support from individuals, businesses, organisations who share this vision. Your support can help create a life-changing opportunity for the next generation. Together, we can invest in the future of working dogs, livestock management, and the next generation of stock handlers. If you'd like to be part of this exciting journey, contact us via Messenger or visit our website.
Let's build tomorrow's leaders today.
Here we go. I changed some of my buttons here. All right, this is the open sheep final go around. There's 18 dogs coming onto the field. This is Terry and Spud. They're getting picked up. They need to make every panel. It's all or nothing. All right, 30 on to the tiebreaker. Now we're heading to number 2. Now you see these open handlers need to stay in this pen. Spud is only running in sheep. This is a 3-year-old male border collie, and he's been trialing for 2 years. They're moving to number 2. It's about 3 or 4 feet wide opening. So it's itsy bitty spider over here, getting them nice and slowly coming in there. And Terry's from Dublin, Texas. And she didn't answer how many of the finals she's attended, but she likes a slick-coated border collie, a male, sheep. She traveled 2,000 miles. Her favorite part about Afton is that it's cooler weather than Texas. Her favorite part about finals is watching the live feed, and her fondest memories is feeling like a team. And anything else she'd like to mention was married to the greatest man ever, Ron Inzeroth. Cool. It's fun that we have these books that we can do it. Now she's through 3. That's the direction. And now they're turning to come to 4. This is all or nothing on this. And I kind of want to let you know that when I first came and watched, I thought that we would hear all the commentary that's on the live feed, but we don't. You have to go watch the live feed if you want to see it. And otherwise, we just have a mic, and so if you're not where you can hear the announcer, you have a hard time figuring out what's going on. So now she's on the pen. Now she has latitude that she can move. Again, it's all or nothing. She needs that last sheep. The judge has called a pen. Now we need to go to the repen. And if you noticed, it's in a little different position than it was yesterday if you're just joining us now in open. And nicely setting it up. Just got to get them to look at it, and they've been a little tricky about where they think that hole is. All right. 3:48 is the official time and a full score of 270.
Good job, Terry and Spud. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 3:48. Up next we'll have James Butler and /Jay Hollis, followed by Brian Jacobs and SBC Ivanka, and then Guy Johnson and BC Dulcie.
All right, coming into the ring is number 2, James Butler and /Jay Hollis. They come to us from Central Texas. Hollis is a 3-year-old male border collie, and they've been running together for 2 years and is owned by James. This is James' 5th MSSA. The dog is off. He likes slick-coated border collies. He likes females. He likes cattle and sheep. He traveled 1,900 miles to get here. The thing he likes about Afton is the weather. It's been quite lovely.
19.
All right, 19 to the first panel, which is the tiebreaker. Again, these handlers need to stay inside the pen until they're ready to work on the pen. This panel number 2 is an entry-exit, and it's about a 4-foot opening over there. He got all of them through 2. Now he's got to make that entry on 3, but they're heading back to where they think they should go. That's where they went yesterday.
James, 3's over there.
All right, guess he was going there because the handler was going there. There we go, there's 3. And 5 on 4. Now he's heading to the pen, so he's able to step out, getting all those heads turned.
Ben.
All right, he's getting them all in the pen.
232.
2-3-2. Full points.
Good job, James.
Nicely
Hollis. That's
done.
a full score of 270 and a time of 232. Up next we'll have Brian Jacobs and SBC Ivanka, followed by Guy Johnson and BC Dulcie, and Zach Brady and SBS May.
Okay, the next handler is in the ring. And this is the third dog. We are going in reverse order. This is the open sheep class. This is Brian Jacobs from Adden, California. He is running Ivanka. She's a 5-year-old Border Collie, and they've been trialing for 3 years. She's owned by Kirk and Paige Weinbacher. And 16 on the fetch. They were the SWCDA Futurity Champion in 2022 and SWCDA Open Champion in 23. SWCDA Reserve Maturity Champion in 2024. He's working on number 2 right now. So Brian's been to all but about 2 of the finals. He likes slick-coated Border Collies and he likes females. His preferred livestock is cattle, and he traveled 786 miles one way to get here. What he likes about Afton is the scenery and the competitive competition. His favorite thing about past, winning the Ultimate Open and Nursery Stock Dog in the same year. What is the fondest memory of working your dog? The first time I put my Jolene dog on stock, I knew she was special. Very cool. All right, he's going on to number 3 right now. They need to enter and exit also on 3, so they need to go to the right of that 3, turn left, and now they've all exited. Now he's heading to 4. And they've snuck around, so he's got to tuck them back in. The sheep are feeling their Wheaties today. And all 5 are through number 4. He's working on the pen. Handler comes out of the pen at this point. And tucks him in. There we go. He's coming to the repen. Since it's kind of a funny place, they're looking for where that hole is, and they're really being sneaky and not seeing it. Several in the intermediate had an issue with thinking they were going in, and they popped out. There we go. 2:45 is the official time.
Good job, Brian and Ivanka. That's a full score, 270 and a time of 2:45. Up next, we'll have Guy Johnson and BC Dulcie, followed by Zach Brady and SBS May, and Kyle Thackeray and Gracie.
All right, coming into the ring is Guy Johnson and BC Dulcie. He has 2 dogs in this class and made it to the final go-around. This is the final open go-around. They've had 2 runs and brought these 18 handlers to the final go-around. This is a 4-year-old female Border Collie. They've been trialing for 2 years. The dog is off on the outrun. This is his 4th MSSA. His preference is a slick-coated Border Collie. He likes males. He likes cattle. Now we're on the first panel. 18. And it's an 18 at that first panel. He traveled 429 miles, and his favorite thing about Afton is the MSSA finals. This is really nice this year. They've got these books available to the commentaries, so we can actually do some of them during the run. So next year, keep it in mind. I'm sure they'll do it again. All right, he's got them all lined up looking at it. These open handlers now are staying inside the pen. They're not able to leave the pen. Whereas the last class, the intermediate, had this whole part of the ring. They could go left to right, or come towards me and away from me, where that ribbon is above the sheep right now. Now they're dancing, turning, going in. They've all entered. And they've all exited. All right, he needs to get them tucked into 3. That one's on a... Still not thinking about coming in. They need to enter to the right of that number 3. And that one needs to clear. There we go. And now they can re-enter. Now he's heading for number 3. He got all through there. Now he's heading to the pen. Gotta tuck him in. Just gotta catch that one on the outside there, tuck it in. All right, the judge has called that a pin. And all into the repen and had no hassle with them. Good job. 270. 3:14 is the official time.
Good job, Guy and Dulcie. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 3:14. Up next, we'll have Zach Brady and SBS May, followed by Kyle Thockeray and Gracie, and then James Butler and Jess.
We want to thank Nutrena for all their support and all the sponsors. Please take note of who is coming up on the sponsor sheet. There they are. Good group of people. Take a picture of that. Maybe take a look at what they have to offer. All right, we have number 5 is in. It's Zach Brady and SBS May. They come to us from Blackfoot, Idaho. The dog is off. This is a female 5-year-old border collie. They've been trialing together for 3 years. They're setting up for 1. So he's the 2024 Arizona National Livestock Show Open Sheep Reserve Champion and the 2025 Snake River Showdown Open Cattle Champion. This is his 3rd MSSA. So now he's working towards number 1. This is all or nothing, so he can't go on.
40?
That was 40 seconds on the first panel. That is the tiebreaker. They have the same score and the same time. They will use that to break the time. All right, this number 2 entrance is about 3 or 4 feet wide, and then they have to turn left as they go in. So when they look down it, they see kind of a wall because it's kind of a Z. So they got to get all the heads looking at it. Now they're on the outside. He's got to get that one tucked back in. There we go. And he's got them almost there. So there was 2 rounds of sheep over this week. We started on Monday, and You rotate through the fields, sheep and cattle. 1 run a day. There's 2 rounds. Then that gave this list of 18 people that are coming to this final round of sheep. All right, he's got a couple in there. He's got them all in there. They've exited, so that's all 5. So to qualify for MSSA, to come to finals, you would need to trial in some local shows and get points with MSSA, and then you're eligible to enter the trial. So take a look at the Mountain State Stock Dog Association.com website, and you can see events that might be near your location. They also have rules on there. Now, 1 sheep went around, so that he's going to bring them back because this is the open level. They must get all head through all panels. We are in Afton, Wyoming. It's a beautiful day. You see all the mountains all around us. Afton has the largest antler arch right in the middle of town. There's some great restaurants. Have an opportunity to come to this little town. There's nice little shops, a little outdoor gun, knife fishing shop, a great little grocery store that's like a mini Walmart, and a couple of farm stores with lots of variety. All right, he's got everything through number 4 now, and he's heading to number 5. That is the pen. Okay, he's tucking them in. All right. He's got the pen. He's heading to the repen. All right. Get the gate open. All right. He did not make time.
All right, up next we're going to have Kyle Thackeray and Grace, followed by James Butler and Jess, and then Tammy Yost and Daisy.
All right. We're showing all our ads. Thank you very much for putting those up. Please take a look at some of our sponsors. I don't have my book today, so I don't have it. In the arena is Kyle and Gracie. They come from Las Lumas, New Mexico. This is a 7-year-old border collie. They've been trialing together for 5 years. They won the Reserve Champion Sheepdog at the National Western at Denver in 2025. He didn't answer, or this is his first finals. I'm not sure which. He likes a slick-coated border collie. He likes females. That was 21 on the fetch panel. So the reason we're taking that number down, that is the tiebreaker. If they have the exact same time and points, that is what will break the time between the placings. He's driven 1,000 miles to get here. Oh, so this is his first, because the next question is about what's he like about Afton. And he says, I have not been there yet. And what was your favorite thing about anything in the past finals? And again, this is his first. He hasn't been there yet. What is his fondest memories of working his dog, gathering sheep and cattle on his friend's ranch? It's great. He did a nice job tucking those into number 2. Now he's heading down to number 3, getting them all lined up. We want those noses heading in the direction that we want. All right, he's got to tuck them in by the 3 there. They need to go to the right of that number 3. That is the entrance. There we go. And now they've left the exit, so he gets his points for that. Now he's going to come over here to number 4. And tucking them in and up. They're going to slip by the side. Need to get them turned back around. This is all or nothing on all these panels. These open handlers, this is the highest level, and it's based on the handler's experience. So they are standing in the pen. Now he's coming out to do the repin. He's got it nicely set up and them looking at the pen. He's got one trying to sneak by him. Definitely working as a team. His dog's holding the side. He's holding the side. Very nicely done. Now he's going to the repen. You can get it open and then see it right away. They also seem to be looking for it because they've exited there every day. And all we need is one, and it'll hopefully bring them all. Nicely done. 3:14 is the time. The fastest time we've had is 2:32.
And a time of 3:14. Up next, we're going to have James Butler and Jess, followed by Tammy Yost and Daisy, and then Shane Ellenwood and Ike. Yeah, I know.
All right. Hopefully you're enjoying all the ads. Be sure you take a note of some of them. Some of them have businesses that you might be able to take advantage of. All right. This is James Butler and Jess. And he also is running a Jessie, so I've passed her, so now I'm looking for Jess. This is his 5th finals. He comes to us from Central Texas. The dog is off. She is a 4-year-old border collie, and he's been trialing her for 2 years, and he does own her. She is the USBCH Open and 2nd-time nursery cattle champion. So he's trying to get it lined up to number 1. They've passed. The sheep are a little frisky this morning. He likes a slick-coated border collie. He prefers females. He likes to work cattle and sheep. He traveled 1,900 miles.
43.
So his fetch line is 43. Now he's moving over to number 2. He likes the weather here in Afton, and he likes to come and win. All right, this is the open final go-around at the MSSA finals. They have run 2 rounds, and now this is the final round for the open handlers. This is the highest level handlers for MSSA. There is also an ultimate award that's presented, and that's a combination of the sheep and cattle scores. All right, he's heading number 3. He came in and thanked the judge for telling him where he was going the wrong way. All right, he's got all 3. Now he's heading to 4. He's got those sheep turned. A little too far on that, so they've missed the panel. All right, all through the panel. They're heading to the pen. He's out of the pen, working on stopping them. They've been a little on the slower side. Today they're kind of hustling a little faster. Oh. They're definitely looking for where they need to go. All right, they are pinned. Now they go to the repen. All right. 3:43 is the official time.
Good job, James and Jess. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 3:43. Up next, we're going to have Tammy Yost and Daisy, followed by Shane Ellenwood and Ike, and then James Butler and HR Queen.
All right, here comes Tammy and Daisy. They come to us from Big Timber, Montana. This is a 5-year-old border collie. They've been trialing together for 4 years. This is the 23 Hilltop USBCH champion nursery dog, the 24 MSSA Reserve National Champion nursery sheepdog. This is her 3rd finals. All right, we're on the way to the first panel. And that was 13. That is the fastest to the first panel. A slick coated is her preference. She likes female dogs. She likes to work cattle. She traveled 350 miles to get here. Things she likes about Afton is the scenery and the people. Her favorite things about past is placing 2nd in the 2025 Open Cattle Finals with my favorite dog, Daisy. Her fondest memory of working her dog is any day working on the ranch is my favorite thing. And so anything else she'd like to mention is Daisy competed, and I believe I already said that, in the USPCH field sheep trials, cattle dog trials, and worked on a 1,500 paired cattle ranch. So this dog has a full-time job. So just a thing, that's why these dogs in there just have being a pet. It's a little challenging. They're used to a full-time working job. All right. She made it through number 2 and is heading to number 3, holding them on the fence there. She's getting them lined out. Just after I said they're running, now we have a slower group. So I guess it might just depend who hangs out together. All right. She's heading to the entrance there. There's lots of local sponsors that support the MSSA, local business. The city of Afton donated some of the jackets for the 10,000 winners. Okay, they need to get curled back around, back through that panel. All right, that's all.
Hey, get off! Oh, it's down, down.
Okay, she's working on the pin here.
Down.
Ben,
Come by.
All right, now she's going to the repin.
Look up.
Come is a clockwise direction, and she's got them in the pin. 3:32 is the official time.
Good job, Tammy and Daisy. That's a full score of 270 at a time of 3:32. Up next, we have Shane Ellenwood and Ike, followed by James Butler and HR Queen, and then Brian Jacobs and Jolene. Oh, she's got James beat by a touchdown.
All right, James, or sorry, this is Shane Ellenwood and Ike. They come to us from Banner, Wyoming. Ike is a 5-year-old border collie. They've been trialing together for 4 years. He owns this dog. She was the 23 novice sheep champion, 23 novice reserve cattle champion, 23 novice ultimate stock dog, 25 open reserve ultimate stock dog, and 25 HR open championship. All right, he's on the way to the first panel. This is his 3rd year at Afton at the finals. All right, he got him tucked in.
27.
And 27 on the fetch. Now we're on to number 2. He likes female dogs, slick-coated dogs, cattle and sheep. Likes equally. He's traveled 520 miles to get here. What he likes about Afton is the atmosphere and the scenery. His favorite thing about finals is the competition and socialization. His fondest memories, enjoying watching them learn and get better with each work. All right, he's heading to number 3. All right, on to number 4. Now he's on to the repen, or the center pen. He's got him nicely lined up. Dog's catching him on the side. Got one in.
Ben.
Okay, he's heading to the repen.
Nice.
2:26. This is our new
Nice work,
leader.
Shane and Ike. That's a score 270 and a time of 2:26. Up next, we have James Butler and HR Queen, followed by Brian Jacobs and Jolene, and then Ron Insroth and Bell.
All right, James Butler and HR Queen are coming into the ring. This is his third dog he's come in with. He comes to us from Center, Texas. Queen is a female 2-year-old border collie that James owns. So the time starts either when the dog takes off or the sheep exit. So, and they say start. They're heading to the number 1. This is the tiebreaker. So several stopwatches running to catch this time. And it's 21. This is James' 5th time being at finals. He traveled 1,900 miles to get here. He likes working cattle and sheep, and he likes slick-coated border collies. And he will have a 4th dog come in. All right, nicely through that panel. All right, he's heading to 4. Okay, now he's on the pen. There we go. He's tucking them in.
Ben.
He got them all. He read that really well. Good job. Running several dogs. Gives him lots of opportunities to read the sheep, feel the sheep. He's got 2 behind here.
Case in point. That cost him.
Yep, that cost him
230.
2:30 is the official time.
Good job, James and Queen. That's a time of 270, or a score of 270 and a time of 2:30. Up next, we have Brian Jacobs and Jolene, followed by Ron Insroth and Bell, and then Anthony Johnson and Mike.
All right, here comes Brian Jacob with his 2nd dog, Jolene. He comes to us from Eden, California. This is a 6-year-old border collie. He's been running for 4 years. She's won the Open Ultimate Stock Dog in 25. He's come to all of the finals except 2. He traveled 686 miles. 12 to the center line. That is now the new fastest to the on the first panel. So what they use that for is if they have the same score, the exact same time, then they'll use that panel number 1 time as the tiebreaker. So he very quickly got through that number 2, and he's heading to number 3. Looks like they're lined up. They have entered and they have exited. Very nicely done. They're at a fast pace, and he's catching the line. Now this angle, he's got to, turn him back. It's a little zigzag from the angle he was going. All right, now he's on the pin. Looks like they're going to run straight in. And they did. This is, now he's got to get him in the pin. We've been having problems here. Let's see. Nice and straight in. They can see it. Beautiful.
My word.
1-1-5. Is that the official?
Oh my word. Good work, Brian Jacobs and Jolene. I hope nobody blinked. Up next we have Ron Innsroth and Bell, followed by Angie Johnson and Mike, and Derek Westover and Sky. Holy smokes.
Wow, that was fast. Don't blink. We have all our sponsors up for all the buckles and things. And really thank all of the sponsors. Nutrena for being here. Great group. It's great to have ads and being able to spend a little time and look at them. This is Ron and Bell. And I didn't even have time to get my sheet set up for you. He's heading to the first. It was 18 to the first obstacle. And now he's making the turn to number 2.
Hello? I'm 9 out? Okay, bye. I didn't even know we had a freaking hammers meeting. Nobody told me anything. Sweet.
All right, he comes from Dublin, Texas. And Belle is a female 7-year-old Border Collie that he's been running for 6 years and is owned by Linda Borchardt. This is his first finals. He likes a medium coat dog. He likes males and females, and he likes working all stock: cattle, sheep, goats, ducks. He traveled 1,400 miles to be here. Favorite thing about Afton is the weather. He's now on the pen. He's coming out of it. And his fondest memories with his dog is gathering wild stock. So this dog goes out and does a lot of work in the real world. All right, right in. 2:14 is the official time.
That was a really nice run, Ron and Bell. Up next, we got Angie Johnson and Mike, then Derek Westover and Sky, and then Ron again with Annie.
All right, next up is Angie Johnson with Mike. So the start time is either when the dog takes off or when the last sheep comes out. So they're watching both things to start the time. This is a male 9-year-old Border Collie. They've been trialing together for 7 years. 18 on the fetch. Now we're moving to number 2. Angie and her husband both made it into the final go-around. She likes slick-coated border collies. She likes females. She likes working cattle and sheep. And they traveled 429 miles to get here. Her favorite thing about Afton is the scenery. Her fondest memories of her dog is seeing that aha moment where they realize their power and their influence with the stock. All right, they're marching through that panel and they've all exited. That's number 2. Now we're heading to 3. It's down the fence. They need to enter to the right of that number 3 that you see down there. And she's got to get them turned around. Again, there's a hard pull. There's a gate right where they come out at that end, and there's a gate at this end. So it creates a draw where they want to go to. That is a herding term that we use. That's the pull. Okay, slowly get them turned around. And they got all entered and exited. And now we're on to 4. Gotta get that one turned around. All right. Gets them turned. Not quite. All right, we're setting up for the pin, getting them all settled together.
Pin.
All right, made it to that final pin, but ran out of time.
Nice job, Angie and Mike. Up next, we got Derek Westover and Sky. Then it's Ron Enzeroth and Annie. And Number 16 is Ray Temple and GFB Little Girl.
All right. This is Derek Westover and Sky. They come to Homedale, Idaho, 6-year-old border collie. They've been running together for 5 years. They were the 23 intermediate cattle, sheep, and ultimate champion. 20 on the center line is heading to the second panel. This is his 5th year at MSSA finals. He likes males and females. He likes to work goats, cattle, and sheep. He traveled 401 miles to get here. What he likes about Afton is the national finals. His favorite from the past is the competition and camaraderie. His best memory is with his dog is I love it every day. Cool. All right. He's on to the third panel. All right, he's through number 3 nicely, heading to 4. He's got to get them turned. They're coming towards us at a fast pace, getting them tucked in there to get through that number 4 panel. The sheep seem a little more jetty today and a little more reactive. It's the past days they must have got a good night's sleep last night or something. They like this nice cool weather. All right, he's sending them up there. He's got one on this side. He's got to get them all together. It's all or need to come through every panel. This is the open final go-around of the MSSA finals. They've competed in round 1 and 2. The top 18 dogs are here. This is number 14. So we are going in reverse order. So he's going to his repen. Yes. 2:47 is the official time. 2:70. Nicely done.
Nice job, Derek and Sky. Up next, we got Ron and Annie. Then 16 is Ray Temple and GFB Little Girl. And then 17 is Guy Johnson and Double J Cap.
All right, next handler. This is his second dog out here, so it's Ron and Annie. He comes to us from Dublin, Texas. The dog is on its way. They're heading to that first panel, which is our tiebreaker. So they have 2 stopwatches going. This female is an 8-year-old border collie. They've been running together for 7 years. All right, he's working on that second panel. Finals that he has attended is 0. He likes a medium-coated dog. He likes both males and females. He likes to work cattle, sheep, goats, and ducks. 1,400 miles is what he traveled to get here. What he likes about Afton is the weather. What he likes with his dog is gathering wild cattle. All right, he's through number 4. All right, this is the final round of the open sheep of the MSSA finals. They had 2 go-arounds, and now they are here on the final go-around. We are going in reverse order. So this is dog number 15 out of 18. So it was in 4th place coming into this round. And nicely done. He's got that pin. It's been a little tricky getting him into the repen over here. So he's got him looking at it. So hopefully they decide to troop on in. There we go. 2:12 is the official time.
All right, good job, Ron Ensroth with Annie. They ended up with a 212 and a full points of 270. So we are now down to our top 3, Ray Temple and GFB Little Girl, Guy Johnson and Cap, and then James and Rum.
So they were, no, they were strung out and came into this pen and they come right in.
All right, this is Ray Temple and GFB Little Girl. He's sitting 3rd coming into this final go-around of the open sheep at the MSS finals. Ray comes to us from Lexington, Oregon. All right, there he's on the pickup. Little Girl is a 2-year-old female border collie. They've been trialing together for 1 year. And he's got to get him turned around to come through 1. This is all or nothing today on this open round. And that was 30 on the first panel, and that is the tiebreaker. So if the score and the time are exactly the same, they use that first panel to break the ties. This is his 5th MSSA finals. His preferred coats are slick or medium coated. He's got one that skimmed by. They've now mixed, though they are dirty, so he needs to start all the way over with all 5 going back into that pen. That's only the 2nd time today that we've, or even since I've been commentating, that we've had a situation that we would call in MSSA terms as dirty. So he's tucking it back in. His favorite stock is cattle. He traveled 1,340 miles to get here. And his favorite thing about Afton is it's pretty. All right. He's heading to number 3. He's got to get him tucked in. So they enter to the right of that number 3 and exit. There we go. Making a turn. They are moving fast today for the dogs. Okay, now he's got a zigzag up. He's got to get that last one. Now they've mixed. He needs to get all. All right, we're through number 4. And just to let you know, the type of sheep that are out here are just range commercial flock. They look like a Romley cross. Every once in a while I see one that could be a little like a Northcrest Cheviot, like there's one sitting in this group. But they are just a mixed flock. They're used to running in big mobs. There's over 300 head of sheep here. They're only getting run once, maybe twice over this whole weekend, or a week that they're here. They have a full bale of hay. Actually, I could see the sheep standing on the hay right now. Silly things. And water in all their pens. So they're sleeping and eating back there. They're happy campers. All right. Heading to the repen. And they really haven't seen that opening at all.
No, it's not.
Warning!
So he needs to get the dog settled. All right. 4:17 is the official time.
Close to getting to the lead, and he blew 2 around instead of getting lost his time.
All right, here's all our sponsors.
Nice job, Ray and Little Girl. Up next, we got Guy and Cap, and then James and Rum.
I like it. I think it's worked out great.
Oh my gosh, Bodie is such a good kid, isn't he?
All right, this is Guy Johnson and Double J Cap. They come to us from Ontario, Oregon. This is a male 3-year-old Border Collie, and this is their 2nd year trialing. I haven't talked about the stock handlers today. They're all our juniors. They have these great shirts on. They're still in our color of purple. The start time is either when the dog takes off or the last sheep comes out. Every arena has a group of kids working very hard for us, and they just do a great job. Every set of stock comes out even. Okay, here we are at our first. 17. This is the 17th dog, so this dog was in 2nd position coming in here. Guy, this is his 2nd dog in the event, in the finals. He's been coming to MSSA for 4 years. He says he likes a slick-coated Border Collie. He likes males, and he likes working cattle. He traveled here 429 miles. What he likes here in Afton is the MSSA finals. So a lot of us, that's why we were here. But making sure that Afton is the gateway to Jackson Hole, the Grand Tetons, and Yellowstone. So take an opportunity to see this lovely town and their antler arch in the middle of the town. They've got a lot to offer here. And the community's really welcomed us here. It's great to be in one location every year. All right, he's working on 4. They need to go in that entrance and come out that exit. All right, nicely done through 4.
They're figuring the pin out, aren't they?
They are figuring the pin out. All right. They keep changing where this pin is, though. That's creating some difficulties. They're never sure where that opening, that's where the opening was yesterday.
Yeah, they're all going to that one side.
And there he's got it.
Good job, guys.
The official time 2:32. And we will have our last dog coming up.
Okay, the last dog and handler today in the open sheep class is James Butler and H.R. Rum.
All right, we have James Butler and H.R. Rum from Central Texas coming in. Rum is a 3-year-old Border Collie. She's been working with him for 2 years. She is the MSSA Futurity Ultimate Champion and the MSSA Futurity Sheep Champion. She's off on her outrun and now her lift and heading straight to that first panel. This is our tiebreaker.
17.
And that was 17 on that panel. Our fastest time was a perfect run of a 1:15.
I think it was last year. It was last year's fraternity test, not this year's.
All right, they scooted around that panel. This panel has been a little challenging. So he's trying to get those heads turned back around and looking at that opening. It's about a 3 or 4 foot opening. And then they see there's a little V inside there. That's what they actually see when they look in that hole. So they can't totally see that opening. So got to give them a second to actually look at it. This is the last open sheepdog, and then they'll be going to the nursery. They will do a handlers meeting for those nursery dogs. All right, they almost got them turned around, but this is 3 minutes in. Shit. Oops. All right, everybody. So he's doing the dance. Sorry about that. I dropped everything. If you saw these binders that I'm shuffling, you know, at least it didn't fall apart like it's done almost every time I've picked one up. I only have a minor mess. It's great that we have these. Giving feedback to them for what you're seeing on the live feeds. I usually like to make sure and say that none of the competitors here get to see this. The only way they can see it is if they turn on their phones or go back to their trailer and sit and watch live feeds. I'm actually sitting next to the announcers, so we're getting a lot of real-time information. This is kind of heartbreaking, is the dog that was in first place not making that second panel. Nice working dog. He's had beautiful runs up to this. The sheep are just a little trickier today. They've been tricky all weekend. They just seem to be not quite like they have been, so it's making it a little different to get them settled. So we will be going into the nursery sheep, and that will also be one of the final go-arounds. We'll do that nursery sheep. They'll have a handlers meeting, so that'll be their final. And then we'll have the first round of futurities will be following this. So that's what we have to do today. Thank you very much.